Okay. At least I am back. That's the start. And the camera is working again. And so now let's try to get Mateusz in. Okay, what's going on, Mateusz?
Hello. Still no moment. Still no camera.
No, I don't think that the camera will be working. Have you tried the Discord?
Yeah, it's downloading.
Okay.
It's
But yeah, my camera is at least working now, or at least it seems that it is working.
okay. Okay, so if you just want us to start, so we can start, or we can wait for and try the Discord, because now I see it's downloaded and I will have to install it, but I don't know if I have to like create account there.
You can log in with Facebook, I guess, if you want. I don't know if you want that.
No, I can.
Okay. But I need to remember my credentials, which is much harder, I guess. Wow, I managed to get in the first time. That's impossible. Okay.
Mietczyński
What the
on
fuck?
air. Lol.
Okay. So, Discord. And yes, it was a perfect day for me to start using the new browser. I know. By the way, highly recommend trying the Discord browser, not the Discord, but the Dissenter browser. It looks really nice. And it doesn't steal my data, at least it promises to, so I will check on that later. Have you managed to register for the Discord?
No, I'm having some problems with. I don't know why it's not installing. It's downloaded, but it don't want to install. So I'm just not sure how much time more will it take for me to install it and be ready to go with the camera. So I'm not sure if you want to wait or if you want to just start right now.
Let's try to just put your camera on Skype, and I will at least show your beautiful face on the frame. So they will.
Oh,
They won't know your reaction, but they will know.
okay. Okay, so Skype and camera on.
Okay. The quality is terrible, I have to say. You can up the screen a bit, because now I totally cannot see you.
Up? You mean
Yeah,
up?
Up. But okay, it's okay. That's pretty bad. The quality is like 240. Let's try doing that. Okay. So now my masterful skills with something like paint, and we'll have this one. Okay. And now I will add this. Yeah, we tried using Hangouts, but it didn't work. So not so good. And we were here a bit before, but I guess we should have been here even sooner.
Like an hour before.
Yeah, then maybe it would have worked. Okay. Yeah, we have this on the whole screen. So let's try to make this like this. Let's cut it a bit.
It's perfect.
Yeah. It's great.
You need to make like two pictures. One with like me smiling, and the other when I fail, you shall be like really sad. That
Okay, so I guess we can start now. I will just go and share some links.
Okay.
And it should work. At least I hope so. Or can I share the links? Oh no. Okay. Okay, so guys, where this idea comes from? I don't know. How many of you do you know Dark Souls, Mateusz?
And I know there is a game like that, and it's one of the hardest games out there, but I've never really played it.
Okay, so I'm more of a fanboy than really a player. I played number 2 and finished number 2, and played number 3, and I'm currently finishing number 3, I guess. And I started number 1 because it basically doesn't matter in which way you play those. But there are very nice streamers there, and the community is huge. And they had something like this. They had some questions posted to some YouTubers that were basically like millionaires. So I thought that this might be an interesting idea for our stream here. And as most of you might know, Mateusz is our new addition to the team for this year. He's playing mostly ogres, but he has been playing Empire as well, and he basically tested a lot of armies already. So maybe do you want to say something about yourself? How old are you? Where do you live? What do you do for a living?
Okay, so I'm a law student on the 3rd year, and I'm a, let's say, semi-professional drummer, because like I earn for a living from like playing in a band, drumming. And yeah, I started playing competitively the 9th age, like, I don't know, 2 years ago. And yeah, it's a hobby for me, and I really enjoy it, and I hope I won't disappoint my country and my teammates this year.
We'll see about that. Okay, so Mateusz was one of the 3 people who scored 9 out of 10 on our knowledge test during our bootcamp. So obviously the questions won't be from that most of the time, because it would be too easy for him. So the questions, you will see what questions will be. So let's go a bit forward.
Can I use the question to the publicity, to the community? How is it called?
Yeah, you have 3 lifelines, as you can see on the top of the screen here. So we have only 10 questions. In some versions I saw 15, but I thought 15 is a bit too much. So you have 3 lifelines, and let's say that you cannot use them on the last question, because that would make it a bit pointless, I guess.
Okay.
So you have a 50-50 that would just reduce your number of answers to 2. You have the public. You can ask the chat for the answer, and they might troll you or they might not troll you. But some of those questions definitely they know better than you, I guess. And you have the last lifeline, which is the phone to a friend. So I guess you can ask anyone for like 30 seconds. We will see.
30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot, or maybe a minute. Probably on Messenger. You can pick anyone. We won't be able to monitor this, but I guess you are honest enough so that we don't need to.
Oh no.
And we'll see how chat reacts. I hope the chat can try to play with us. I would advise you against looking at the chat if you are not using the chat lifeline. So leave the chat alone so they can easily guess if they want.
Okay.
And let's move to the first question, I guess.
Okay. So I just went full screen, so I can't see the chat, and I hope I won't fail on first question. Okay.
Okay, I think the first one is doable. So the question is, how much points do you need for a 20-0? And this is the minimal amount needed. So if, for example, there are answers that are not the optimal amount, then this is the question.
No, this is lol. Why this question? This is not that easy.
It's easy if you get 20 zeros all the time, right?
No, unfortunately, my list is always like 13, 12, 14. So this amount of points is like abstract for me.
Come on, but it's easily countable.
But I cannot use calculator, so I have to calculate it in my head. I think it's D, but I'm not sure. Moment. Oh.
That's a good point, Gremlin. Yeah, it depends on the format, but we are playing on the Euro format, so yeah, we're playing on 4,500.
You know what? I think I will just go with the D.
Okay. My mouse was like, yeah. Obviously, this is the correct answer. You didn't lose on the first question. I guess that's good then. So we can move to the second one.
Oh, what a relief! Now give me some easy question. No math.
Yeah. So basically, this question is about the PSB, because at the many points of the game it was much different. So how many banners and how many magical items can BSB buy? So this question is, first of all, if BSB can have 2 magical banners, and second of all, if BSB can have any other magical items except for those 2 banners. So if you buy like,
come on,
yeah,
this is the really easy question, because of course he can have 2 banners and unlimited magic. I mean unlimited up to like 100 points, but yes, like 3 to whatever. So it's C, of course.
Yeah, that's right. Let me just find my mouse. And yeah, that's C. That's obvious, because I know that in the Ogres you've been like trying to build the PSB in so many different ways that
yes.
I was pretty sure that this question will be pretty easy for you, because you can have this shit like either icon and this banner for the Swift Stride and discipline banner that you need.
I used to play banner of discipline and banner of speed. So
yeah, that's also very nice. I remember that movement 7 Swift Stride on the core unit is not a joke.
Unfortunately, I played it like at our boot camp, and it was not the best
idea.
So I changed my list.
Okay. So now I hope, because for some of those questions I had to check through all the books, and I hope I didn't miss anything. But here we have the first question that maybe requires some thinking. So, what is the most expensive artifact in the game? Not the most expensive magical item, but the most expensive artifact. And it would and it would be a very hard question, but I think that when you have the answers, it's much easier to pick on it.
You know what? Today when I was having a shower, I just knew that there would be a artifact question, and I was like, maybe I should check the artifact that looked good. And I was really, I was thinking on the most expensive artifact, and I was like, probably Death Cheater, but
the Death Cheater is not artifact; it's an armor.
So it's only artifacts.
Only artifacts. Man. Yeah. We have quite a few very expensive artifacts in the game. We have quite a few expensive weapons, like the Doomblade that is 200, and the most expensive item in the game.
This is outside of the rulebook. It can be racial artifacts, right?
Yeah. In the main rulebook, the most expensive one is Crown of Autocracy, as far as I know, and it's 70. Yeah, it's 70.
Oh, okay. So now I understand it properly. So I have to think. Artifact.
Do you know artifact that is 110 or 100 or 95 maybe? Do you know any of those prices, or 85?
Oh man, I have to think. Let's go really fast through the books. The KO. Ledger of Souls is pretty expensive, I think, but is it?
Yeah, it is. But I think it got cheaper in the last update.
It used
right?
to be like 90 something.
It used to be 90. Yeah, I think so.
Now it's cheaper. Come on, man. Artifact.
Yeah, it used to the ledger used to be 90, so it's not even one of the answers. So what's the point? But I think that the correct answer has several artifacts that cost this amount, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that I saw some. Oh yeah, at least 2.
I know that there is like a sacred hourglass that is 95, as I recall. But I'm thinking if there are like more
sacred hourglass is 95. Still too cheap apparently. Still too cheap.
Yeah, but oh come on. I'm just trying to figure out if there is like more expensive artifact than that.
And Tulmir, Black Knight Stabard is 85, so it's already worse than the Sacred Hourglass.
You know what? I think that I will just go with the Hourglass. So.
Are you sure? I think Hourglass is not even that expensive. It's 95. Is it really enough? There are definitely magical items that are more expensive, but are there artifacts?
Let's go with it. Let's shoot 95. I think it's like shooting 95 is like charts on 11.
maybe you're not forced to do it. Maybe if you are not sure, then maybe it's good to take a look at some of the lifelines.
Come on, man. You are
wasting a lifeline on question 3 would be bad, but losing on question 3 would be even worse. Someone says 110 YOLO.
110 is it's only like Legend of the Black King, but it's an armor.
Yeah, but then you have the Doomblade that is 200. This is the top one, but it's
yes. Okay, you know what? So maybe you're right. Let's just do the. But I'm not trusting the public on this question. If I go 50-50 and you...
maybe it's easier to trust the public now than to trust the public later.
Oh, maybe you're right. This is like the worst lifeline, so I can use it right now. Let's see.
Okay, unfortunately I cannot cross out the lifeline, so we will just have to remember that you use the public lifeline. But
okay,
we don't have that many answers, but we have one that might interest you. You should wonder how much Book of Melades costs. And this comes from Laik. And he says and he says that Book of Melades is 100. You can look at the chat, so I can just tell you that Book of Melades is 100.
Now I moved out of full screen so I can see chat.
And Hypnotic Pendant is,
yes, he's right.
It's
okay, so let's just go with the 100.
Aren't there 110s? Don't you think that they might be something that is 110? Well, would they make something that expensive? I think there are only very few magical items that are over 100, and I recall only 2, but maybe no. I don't recall at the moment 3, but at the moment when I was looking at the question, then maybe 3 was, maybe there is something more expensive, as Like says.
Yes, I see. Maybe Book of Melades, but what is one? So there are no elves. If there elves would have item for 110, he would know for sure. Vampire most expensive artifact is pendant.
Okay, do you know, for example, how much the Ancient Plague costs from the Saurian Ancients? This is basically like Melades.
I know, but it's also 100? I don't know. Guys, check the Ancient Plague and write on the chat, please.
Jocelyn, but Burning Potent is not an artifact. And I don't know what do you mean by Omen.
Please check the Ancient Plague, or however it is pronounced, from Lizardman.
I don't know if this should be allowed, if you should be allowed to do that.
No.
But no. The Ancient Plague is not over 100, I can tell you that. It's 80 actually.
Because I always thought that like a King Priest can take it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I think I trust in Laik. He never let me down, so go with 100.
Yeah, and this is correct. There is nothing costing 110, but there are at least 2 items that cost 100.
Oh man, this was really hard question.
So let's see how do you react to the upcoming ones. So fortunately you were following the scene for quite a while now, so you should know what was the most popular army last year, or you might know.
Really?
Yeah. This is.
Oh man.
What are you wondering about? Like, there are ogres, but do you remember ogres being that good last year?
No, for sure not ogres. I think it's vampires, but I'm not sure.
But the Undying Dynasties are so much better than the vampires, and they are also undead. Then why not Undying Dynasties?
Because I think that the Undying Dynasty boom happened like after ETC, last year's ETC, and the nerfs started coming.
This is pretty logical thinking. Yes, I can see some merit in that.
And a year ago, the vampires were the top army. There were like 2 altars, 2 coaches. Oh man, it was really horrible, especially for me as an Empire player.
yeah, the Empire at least had some answers to the Kaltars and coaches and to the court, especially. I know Marek lost his court 2 times at the ETC, both times against Empire and both times first round, just 2 cannon shots and done.
Yeah, but I just didn't use cannons, so maybe that's why I was struggling that match with them.
Maybe that's why. Okay.
And I think Demon Legions were not that popular at last year's ETC. You made it popular, but at ETC, so they were very popular after.
They were pretty popular before. I actually was inspired by the list that Swiss player brought to the WTC.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember you sent it to me, and
then we tweaked it a bit and we worked on it. So final answer,
I think
vampires.
I will go with vampires.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Vampires are actually one of the armies that are very popular. It doesn't matter how powerful they are. Well, they are pretty powerful all the time. But the point is that they are an army that many new players pick, I feel like. And they always show up in big numbers. And in Poland, they are pretty popular as well, you know. So
yeah, that's correct. Like last like 2 weeks ago, there was a master tournament, and vampires were like the second army in case of appearances.
Yeah.
Correct or?
Yeah, and this was, and this is pretty standard that the vampires are the first or the second most popular army. So this one shouldn't surprise anyone that they were really popular at the ETC as well.
But this year's WTC, like the ogres were the most popular army, and I'm still wondering why.
Yeah, I'm also wondering why. Actually, the ogres were like really good in the period when the Hellfist was allowed. So you could have the BSB on the whole table, and it was totally ridiculous. But now the ogres don't have that much going on for them. Like, they are really good because you can have the single models, and single models, the light troops is practically the best rule in the game.
And it's like the most fun models to play.
Yeah,
it's really fun just to play army of single models.
Like but vampires are very fun as well. Like, I remember this thing. Why I picked vampires, because I started with dwarves and then I switched to vampires, and I switched to vampires only because I wanted to annoy my opponent with all my healing and such. This was the only reason why I picked vampires. And they are really fun to play. Not really fun to play against usually, but really fun to play.
That's true. Okay, I really hate playing against them, and I also thought about playing them, but unfortunately we have really good vampire players in Poland. So
I also would play vampires, but I came to I had 2 armies. I had dwarves and I had vampires, and I came to the club, and there was a dwarf player and a vampire player, so I had to switch. And I switched to Infernal Dwarves because it was the easiest one to change to, because I just needed to add some
undead
shit.
Dwarf.
Yeah, I just needed to add some shit on my dwarves, and it looked like it looked well. Oops. Oh shit. That's not good. That's not good. I need to restart. Okay, and I will have to. Okay, my mouse is kind of weird sometimes. Okay. So we went to this one. Sorry guys, just a quick intermission. This one. Then we went to this one. And then this was the question 4, and we had this one. And now we are at question 5. Okay. So we have our Facebook page for quite a while now from the Polish team. And we've collected a nice number of followers. Can you guess how many followers do we have on our page?
Oh man, for sure not D.
For sure not D. Are you sure? We are kind of big community. Like, come on, that's not that bad.
we are known, but we are not liked. So.
Oh, come on, that's not
No,
that
I
bad.
think
We have lots of countries that are really friendly with us.
I know. I'm just joking. I know. Myself, I have like a really good relationship with like Czech guys. So
That's good.
but I'm thinking A
The-
or C.
The Czech guys always come to us for the tournaments. It's really nice to see them, and we will be, at least some of us will be coming to them for the Prague tournament, and I will be the judge there. So I would recommend checking it out.
I would also recommend going. I was once at Czech tournament, and these guys are really, really friendly. And I played my battle with biggest hangover ever. It was, and I had no chair because someone took my chair. So it was really hard battle.
Good to hear that, Tony. We love the Turkish guys as well. It's always nice to see you.
Turkish guys.
Yeah.
I never met, but I will.
So we have. So remember that this fan page is there for like 10 years or something. It's not only for the 9th age guys, but this is for the all the history of the Warhammer.
But I still don't believe it has over 3,000.
Yeah,
Maybe 800.
Okay. Maybe not 3,000. Maybe not 3,000. We will get there sometime.
3,000 is. I'm just comparing it to bands, to like small bands. So 3,000 is like quite a popular local band. 800, I think 800 is. It's suited to our popularity.
Do you think so? What do you guys think? Does chat have any guesses? We don't have any voices. So are you sure that this is 800?
No, but I'm not sure. But I don't really.
This looks most feasible one, right?
If it's over 3,000, it's
amazing, right?
It would be like sad and happy for me, because sad that I lost millionaires, but I will be happy that we are so popular. So I think I have to go with 800.
Okay. Yeah, that's the correct answer. But actually, we are a bit under. We are at like 750, I think, or 740. I'm not sure. It changes day by day. But it's nice and growing population, so it's always good to see that. Yeah, and now we can go to the question where you can calculate again.
Oh.
So
right.
you have the magical items from each book, right? And the question is, what is the highest average? Like, where in which book the items are the most expensive ones?
Oh man. Yeah, I think like the Vermin Swarm have Doomblade, so it really helps with their average height. But they don't have really cheap magical items as far as I can recall.
The Vermin Swarm?
They have like the cheapest are like 30, 40 points.
Yeah, those are pretty cheap.
But the most expensive are 200. Highborn elves.
I can tell you that the highest average is actually 78.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
Yeah, I was really surprised too.
70. Whoa, I know that probably.
This is, so the top one is 78, the second one is 72, and the third one is like 65. So it's pretty big differences actually. It's not that close even.
Like the vampires have pretty expensive items because they have only one armor, which is 110. Artifacts are also, the cheapest one is probably 50 or around 50. No, sorry, the 35 for the reroll.
For the cursed medallion, yeah. But do
The
they
reroll.
have do they have another cheap item? What's the second cheapest in vampires?
I'm thinking they have only one banner, or no?
Yeah, I think so.
It's Zagvost, so
Yeah.
it's so expensive. What's the other cheapest item?
I think it is actually tied, or is it? I can check. I should have that info, but I can check that. No,
Yes,
no. I'm sorry. Yeah, there is one item that is pretty popular. Marek used it a lot in his lists, and it's the second cheapest.
But so I would guess it's like the bounce spell with magical movement.
Yeah.
But it's like 50, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Highborn elves. Highborn elves also have pretty expensive items. But I'm really not a expert whatsoever in Highborn elves book. They have these like magical bows, some funny spears, Book of Melodies, the really expensive banners, navigators.
Highborn elves unfortunately have some items that are pretty much never used, so you might not even know
Yes,
them.
there is like an item called Nova Flower or something like this.
But it's actually not that bad, and it's pretty expensive.
I have no idea what is it a weapon enchantment? It's an armor?
This is a lance enchantment, and it basically gives you +1 attack and lethal strikes, +1 attack on your own charge. And then you have divine and magical, blah blah blah. But you can basically say that you are charging in the next turn, so you can pop it, and even if you weren't charging, you can say that you were charging. So it combos pretty nice with the dude that gives you also +1 attack on charge. This is what Queen's Cavalier. Yeah. So you can basically have six attacks with lethals, with divines, with strength 6. If this was strength 7, then this would be amazing, but it's only strength 6, so it's not that great.
Oh man, and the Bretonia, the Knights Kingdom of Aquitaine. They have Clarion, which is like quite expensive. The Tabard. No, but I think it's not them. They have like a Roland's banner.
Yeah, it's 50.
And they have this sword that gives +1, that like disables magical weapons or something like this. But no, I think it's not Bretonia. They don't. I'm thinking. I'm really not a mathematician, so I cannot calculate how the Doomblade affects the other items. And also, Vermin's one have really a lot of magical items.
Yeah. I think they have the most out of those armies. Actually, tied with High Elves. I don't know if you knew, but basically, the armies were split into 2 groups. There was groups that would have 15 magical items, and there was groups that would have 10 magical items. And those with the 10 were the ones that had extra things on top. So this was like vampires have 10, but for some reason Highborn Elves, despite having honors, have 15 items. Vermin Swarm have 15, and Kingdom of Aquitaine for some weird reason has 11, I think.
But they have also virtues, so okay.
Yeah, but they have virtues. That's
I think not Bretonia. The vampire. You said 78.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
oh man, it sounds so abstract that I'm leaning towards the high elves because I know this book the least. So, but it would be a shame if I would go with lifeline 50-50 and you will like leave me high elves and vampires. Or
I don't know.
I want you.
I don't know which one do I leave you. I don't even remember. I think I remember, but I don't remember how cruel I was on that. I don't think I picked the two top ones for the 50-50. That I can tell you. But I don't think I picked two top ones.
No, you know, I'm thinking that Vermin Swarm has too many cheap items that even Doomblade can't help them.
That's probably a good assessment.
Because you have like you a lot of magical items, and
but remember, you also have something like Lightning Rod.
it's 100. Doomblade is 200, but you have like the sword for 35 that gives you like 3d6 attacks.
Yeah.
You have like some multifocal eyepiece, something like this.
And it's like 45, right?
And like some seal of Underminer or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of this small bullshit in the Vermin Swarms. I can definitely agree here. I'm not sure that even one of the rest of their items is like expensive.
Yeah, like probably the most expensive after Doomblade is, of course, Lightning Rod, and then it's like I don't know what is next. Probably
there is one armor that the next is armor.
Like 60 or
yeah.
So probably high elves and vampires. And 78. It's so
ridiculous, right?
It's really ridiculous. And
okay, so what artifacts can you name from the vampires?
Items?
Yes.
So our legend is 110. Then it's weapons. It's the that hits your leadership, and it is above 100. It's
I think
120.
I think it's 110 as well.
110, 120, something like this.
105 actually. 105.
True Thirst, so 55.
Yeah.
Artifacts, Pendant 100. Knight's Crown 60. The necromantic stuff 70.
Close. But no cigar.
75? 75?
No.
For like 50 for the book with teleportation, 35 medallion, 90 Zagwost.
And you have one item missing.
Yes.
And it's actually a very important item.
Really?
Yeah. It's an absolute crucial item to some
So
games.
Moment. Yes, it has to be like an artifact, I think. But but I'm still afraid that if I go 50-50, it's high elves and vampires.
I can tell you that I won't take the two tops. So this will be like first and third place, I think. I picked all the 50-50.
Okay, so just before I take 50-50, I will try to recall the last vampire item that I'm missing.
Okay.
They have two weapons. Only two weapons.
Yes.
One armor.
You were
one
right.
bunch.
You were right that this is an artifact. Yes, this is an artifact. It is not widely used, but
Yeah, I would know probably. Oh, but I think
you can always call
it's not
Marek
that cheap.
again.
No, Marek, I don't know if he's watching, and I call him and he will answer in 20 minutes. So
That's also possible. But like is watching probably, so.
Mike is a vampire expert.
Yeah, obviously the best vampire expert you can get.
Bound. I have 2 bound spell items, or maybe I said yes, I said hypnotic pedant, right?
Yes. But come on, you know hypnotic pedant and you don't know the last artifact? The hypnotic pedant is even more obscure than the last one.
Come on. No, you know what? I cannot recall. It's like a big hole in my memory.
So is it time for a 50-50 then?
Or time for
Guess.
to guess vampires, but
You already had one question that the answer for was vampires. Aren't you afraid of that?
no, I think I cannot, be suggested by your manipulations. Follow my instinct, and I think might be vampires. Because I think
Chris,
that
why the sad face? You didn't remember about this item either. Okay, so
you know what? Or let's just go safe. We will go for 50-50.
okay, let's go for a 50-50 then. Oh, really? Was I? No. Come on. Why did I mess up again? Then I was mistaken. I was actually a dick here. Yeah, you are left with the vampires and highborn elves.
Come on, man. Why?
I'm sorry. I think I wasn't a dick, but then I asked around and someone told me to change that. So.
Come on, man.
But in return, I can tell you what item did you forget? You forgot about Eternity Gem.
Oh, it's 95 points. Oh, of course. The Marek always uses it. Oh, I hate this item very much. So I think it will be vampires. They have really a lot of items above 75 or 78. So I will go with them.
Okay, let's not torture anymore. Yeah, that's vampires. And actually, the second one was highborn elves.
Yeah, that I can guess.
That's the highborn elves have some very cheap items that nobody uses, like Demon's Bane, which is +2 armor against magical attacks. And it's 20 points. And then you have the Glittering Lassier. I don't know. And it's 40 points and it's hard target for the bearer. And it's for cavalry, so it's like on a small griffon. I think you can use it or something. And then there is the Starmental Alloy. So they actually have quite a lot of cheap magical items compared to vampires. And the vampires really have only this Cursed Medallion, and the rest is really expensive.
Yeah, the next cheapest is 50, but I just don't know the High Elf book as good as vampires, so I was pretty not sure until the end.
Okay, so you are left with 1 lifeline. You can call someone at the end. You have how many questions to go? 4, I guess.
4?
7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's move to question 7.
I saw the next question, and
yeah,
I know that I will need a lifeline. Wow.
This is not that hard.
Oh,
This is not that card. So how many people actually are active?
But-
Maybe not active, but how many members does the Night Stage forum have? There is a small number at the bottom of the page that will tell you that, but you obviously
But,
cannot look
so-
it up now.
I know that I can't. So you say that it's only official T9H forum, because
Yeah,
in the question it
so
says,
how many people are registered at the T9H forum? That's only on the T9H forum.
oh, for sure not 90,000, and for sure not 27,000.
Okay.
I
That's an interesting
really
approach, because actually some people, when I asked them this question, were wondering between 27 and 15. So
no. I think 27 is really no way. I compare it to Poland, where we have a really large community, and one of the largest, probably Poland, Spain, and I don't know, maybe Italy, or I'm not sure. And I just don't believe that with all those, like, we have probably, I don't know, 300 active players.
yeah,
or,
but remember that some people, that there was a very long time where you couldn't access the forums at all, as far as I remember, if you were not registered. So even if you are not an active player and you just want to lurk into the system, you had to register. I don't know if it's still the case, but I remember something about Guldur always complaining that he cannot go to 9th forums because he's never registered and he cannot look at the links that we were sending on our messenger.
so couldn't he just register? I don't know.
Yeah, he could, but this is Guldur. So
Dwarven stubborn.
dwarven stubbornness in
With
in
BSD.
in its entirety, yeah.
Okay. I think that like 7,000, 7,500 is too little. So I'm leaning towards 15,000.
Why is it too little? It's like we are. You said the Poland is 300, right? And then how many countries visit ECC? Like it's 30 something. So. And we are,
Oh.
and you are telling me that we are one of the top ones. On the other
Yeah,
hand,
so-
on the other hand, we have like 800 followers on our Facebook page. You know, so
Yeah, and that includes our like wives, girlfriends who like the page. So I would.
I don't know.
but-
I think that most of the likes actually come from actual people that are interested, not in the families and friends and such. Because this is just that there were lots of people who were playing back in the times of the Warhammer, but they stopped playing. But the likes are left there, so they can still observe us. But I'm pretty sure that, for example, you know, gamblers, so the guys like Maryś, Dimitr and such, that they are not playing, but maybe they are registered at the 9th forums. They definitely like our team Facebook page. I'm pretty sure they do.
I think that this is the question where, if Like is watching, he could help me. He's like good at like calculating the community members and just like, you know,
Okay. So
looking over the 9th family.
so do you want to use this lifeline?
No, I think I will go with 15,000 and just follow my heart.
Always follow your heart. Is this the final answer then? You have one lifeline left. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it trying to get to
27,000 9th followers. For me, it sounds really ridiculous. It's like I come from like a small city in the northern east of Poland, so it's more than leaving that city.
Yeah, 15,000 is actually bigger than the city I'm living currently in. So both of them are pretty big. I can say for me. Okay, so
So, you know what? I will go with 15,000 and
final answer.
cry all night or cheer right now.
Final
Let's
answer.
see. Yes, let's see. Or I will lose and.
Yeah, I think if I made those numbers a bit tighter, then it would be easier. But actually, that would be harder. But actually, there is a bug on the web page, and it says that at some point there were like 26,000 users at one point at the servers. So.
Okay.
but I think that this was. Oh, Carl,
So
I think I took the because Carl was trying to warn you, but you cannot look at the chats. But as I look at the 9page forums, it looks like 15,000 for me. Yeah, 15,124.
So I guess my heart didn't let me down.
Yeah, this time.
Oh yeah, this time.
You are doing well. You are doing better than some might expect. That is good. I have an opportunity to show off all my questions, and I won't be able to use them later because for everyone, those questions will be different. So let's try question 8. 3 questions left. 1 lifeline still.
3 questions left. Okay, so now the real game begins.
So again, another question about army books.
Okay, I like those questions actually.
So you have to say which army book has the lowest amount of different units. So actually, you have to some rules. The mounts don't count.
I think it's easy question, but I need a moment. I have to count. So I don't have any paper.
Okay, and so remember that, for example, in Empire, all machines count as 1.
I know. The machine types are like upgrades to 1 unit.
Yes. But this is let me check if I'm right. Yeah, because this is not always the case. For example, in Kingdom of Aquitaine, the Scorpion and Trebuchet actually have different profiles.
But they're the same unit, right? Or no?
No. They have exactly the same stats, but they are actually split. Oh,
okay.
Not exactly the same, because Scorpion is standard and the Trebuchet is large. So this is the only difference. Okay. So they are 2 profiles, so they count as 2.
Okay, so I will just and the heroes included, correct?
Different types of heroes included, yes. So, for example, in Highborn Elves, if you have a Prince and Commander and Mage and maybe something else, then
yeah. Of course,
each of them counts as 1.
So first Empire, because I think it's my bread and butter. Marshal, Wizard, Prelate, Witch Hunter, Artificer, so it's 5, and probably that's it for the heroes. Heavy Infantry, Light Infantry, Militia, Cav from Core, so 9. So Special is Guard, Demis, so 11, and something more from Special, I don't know. Let's say 11. Artillery 12, Steam Tank, Flagellants, and Arcane Engine, so it's 15. Riders and Rangers 17. And that's it, probably. I'm having my miniatures on the shelf before me so I can see. No, I think it's like 17. So 17. I will mark it, and then High Elves. Ogres now. Ogres are easier for me.
Okay.
Because I play 4 heroes like Han, Gretan, Hunter, and Shaman. 3 core units. Tigers Yetis, mercenaries, tiger. What is Tuskers 11, Scratapult, Thunder Cannon, Bombardiers. So it's 14. 3 monsters. So it's 17 again. Lol, or maybe.
I'm not saying anything. I let you count, and then we'll see what you come up with.
If you made this question in a way that like there is difference of 1 unit, I will be really screwed up because I would need to like count again.
There is actually difference of 1 unit.
Of 1 unit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is a very tight question. Like the difference between the lowest amount and the highest amount is 2.
Really? Oh, in all the books?
No. In those 4 books. In all the books, like, come on, let's look at demons. Demons have like 20,
so I was
something.
Okay. Okay. Aquitaine Kingdom. 4 heroes. 4 core units, so 8. 9 quests, yeomen 10. 11 grails. 13 with machines. The Crusaders 14. The Bowman 15. And Green Knight 16. And Pegs 17.
So we have 17 for the first time, right?
I have 3 times 17 right now. What?
That's nice. That's nice.
I don't know. What? I forgot scrapping scouts.
Yeah, you forgot that. That's true.
So it's 18. It's scrapping scouts. And probably I forgot. And Keen Eater. 1 more. So 19 for ogres.
Yes. Yeah.
Keen
This might be closer to the truth. And you have highborn elves left.
Oh, come on. It will be hard for me. But they have for sure at least 3 heroes. And probably like 4th hero, like a dragon mage with fire and another. I don't know.
Let's start with things that you are sure of.
So let's say 3.
Okay.
3 characters. In core, Seaguard, Archer, Spearman, Reavers. 4. Seaguard, Archers, Reavers, 4. Yes, what? And silver helms. Oh, fuck.
I was sure you won't know that because you were not playing in 8th edition and now they are basically useless, so nobody.
They're crap. But somehow I just remembered a game like a year ago when there was a missile in Alchemy 3d6 strength 3 AP3, and the guy had 1 unit of them, like 6 guys, and I 1 shot off. So.
This spell was amazing. This spell was so good.
The alchemy, like in Empire, especially when you can take like
fireball if you want.
Fireball. Yeah. It was like so like so universal power.
Yeah.
It was.
It had everything. It had basically everything.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 from core, 3 heroes. From special, the eagle. Oh no, they will have a lot. Now I see the high elves. 2 elite infantry, like sword masters. 3 lion guard and phoenix guard. The dragon cavalry. The 2 types of chariots, so 6. Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix. The sloop. The bolt thrower. and the like ninjas, the rangers or something, Grey Watchers. So
how many did you count?
now I have 18, and so I have 2 times 17.
You have 2 times 17, 18, and 19, right?
I'm still working on it. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe high elves have eagle. I counted eagle. I think that's it for.
Okay. You got 1 army right.
Great. And probably this is not Empire or Ogres, the 2 armies that I should know the best. Come on. So high elves. What are the other high elf units? What Furion plays? Let's think. No,
He actually considered one of the units that you didn't mention in his list.
I know the archers, the Queen's Guard.
Yeah.
And is there like another funny mage? I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's like an upgrade to a normal mage. It would make no sense for them to make a special mage, I think.
That's doesn't the dragon mage have different stats, like extra attacks, and he has an access to additional hand weapon and such? To heavy armor, dragon forged armor, additional hand weapon, shield. The normal mage doesn't have access to that.
I'm not sure. I will just leave it at 19 and wait, because right now 19 is like my top number, along with the ogres.
Okay.
So I think I got ogres right. And what did I forget from Empire? Let's think. I think I forgot like one special unit, but I'm not sure which. Demis, Empire, Guard.
You didn't forget any special units in the Empire.
Really? Maybe some Marshal, Prelate, maybe heroes. Yes, I forgot Knight Commander. So it's 8.
You are closer to truth. After those corrections, you have 2 armies right.
Yeah. So
you still haven't corrected the Kingdom of Aquitaine or Ogres.
But I think oh, come on. Now I have 3 times. No, I have 18, 19. I thought this will be easy, but this is really difficult question, actually.
It certainly takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does. Yes, they have 3 heroes. So yes, like the Castellan, 4 heroes. So the Castellan, the Damsel, and the
heroes.
2 knights.
Yeah.
Then aspirants, realms, the fighting peasants and shooting peasants, and something more. No, I think that's it.
Okay.
2 types of.
From this book, you're actually missing. Okay, I won't tell you because I cannot think of a clever way to not spoil.
No, don't help me. I will do it. I'm sure. From special, they have 2 special types of knights, so quests and grails. They have pegs. They have yeomen. They have raiders, and they have archers, the brigands. However called. I know, I forgot the foot knights, the forlorns. Okay? The forlorns. The two war machines, green knight, and reliquary. Reliquary. I don't know how it is pronounced, but I know that right now I have.
You built
Maybe a
some
lot.
lists with it, I think, didn't you? When you were, weren't you building some lists with Bretonia with Forlorn Knights with Relic inside?
Yes, I was. I actually I was, and I played this kind of list. So
So yeah, so I was surprised. Why don't you remember that? But yeah,
but actually I lost track in counting. I think that now it's 19 with with Bretonia. I had 17, so +2 because now I remember.
oh, sorry to all of you. My mic just dropped. That's not the kind of mic drop that you want to do.
Come on. And the worst thing is that I recall the troops from every army. It's not like from other armies, so I can see the difference. But I remember one unit from Empire, so it was 18, then Hiles, and it's 18 again. So I have like 3 draws right now. I have 19 for Ogres, and 19 for Hiles, and probably 19 for Bretonia now.
You are still missing at least one unit
In Bretonia?
somewhere, or you cannot count. Either of those is possible.
It's possible, you say.
But I think we should wrap this question up. It already took over 10 minutes. So do you have? So for now you have what? Empire.
So
Empire at 18.
I have Empire, yes, at 18. But use. Yes, I have Empire at 18 because I remembered Knight Commander, and currently my highest army is probably highest if I count the Dragon Mage. So it's the difference of 2 units, as you said at the beginning. Okay, so we won't waste more time, and we will try going with the Empire probably. When I was playing them, I always was complaining about the lack of units.
All your lists at some point looked pretty much the same.
They were all the same.
So I won't wonder, and I won't keep this longer because it is Empire actually. And I think you mentioned all the units from Highborn Elves correctly, but you miscounted them, and it's actually 20 units. There is no Dragon Mage. Dragon Mage is just in honor.
So I can't count.
Yeah. But you are going to law school, you don't need to count. So let's go to question 9.
Okay, sorry guys, it took me a long time, but now I'm on my way to a million, I don't know what. Actually, what I am fighting for.
Millions Zimbabwean dollars? Does it sound good? Or maybe Venezuelan bolivars. I've heard that in Venezuela it's actually like the bread is worth more than the amount of money in like the big bag. So you bring the big bag to the baker. You know those big bags that are always in the movies with the cash. So you bring this big bag to the baker, and they give you one bread, and that's all. Because the inflation is so bad.
Yeah, I heard like that in one of the African countries, or maybe in Venezuela, they were printing newspapers on the paper paper money. I don't know what's the English word for like the paper
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
not coin but paper. Okay, where was the most crowded Warhammer Fantasy Battles ETC?
So we had like I mean the number of teams. At which ETC there were the biggest number of teams?
So you say that it was times before 9th age because Warhammer.
Actually Athens was at the 9th age, so 9th age also counts. The Athens were actually the first ETC after the Warhammer got killed.
Gorzów? Was there an ETC in Poland?
Yeah, one of the first ETCs. And one of the reasons why there is there was no ETC in Poland for quite a while. It was
okay.
I've just heard the story that it was quite a nice cash grab.
It was like okay. I won't do any more mean comments, but I think that my heart tells me to pick Novi Sad because this is like the most tourist-friendly place out of all the other places. I'm not sure if I will even try phone to a friend, or is it my?
This is my question. You cannot use the phone to a friend at the last one.
So I will use it right now. I just can't watch the chat, so I don't know if there is like any of my friends active on the chat. Maybe like.
You can ask Laik, or probably you can ask Marek because I know he's watching us as well. But
who will know better?
So you can definitely
I will.
You can look at the chat now because nobody is helping you with the question. And
okay, so I'm zooming out. Okay, my wife. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, I will ask the Laik and Marek were both like going to ETC.
Laik is actually playing the game a lot longer. Marek started playing like I don't know 7 years ago, I think, and Laik
so
is
I
playing
will ask. So I will ask Laik. Okay. I hope he will answer.
If he doesn't, then you're in trouble. He will probably tell you that Krakow is the best location, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so if I go according to his guess, it would not be Novi Sad, it would be Prague. Maybe.
The thing that I've heard about the ETC in Prague, that it was extremely hot out there. That some guy got, I think, a stroke and got taken to the hospital. Like there was no air conditioning, and it was pretty terrible. I haven't heard much about the ETC in Novi Sad, but they were like a while ago, and I think there were actually two ETCs in Novi Sad in a row, and now this will be the third one.
Okay, so okay, he's thinking really hard. But I think we will go with the Prague. You know, I'm trusting.
Are you sure?
Like yes, in Laik we trust.
Are you trusting Laik's memory? Can he even tell you how many teams were there?
Of course he can.
Okay, so how many teams were in Prague?
He's saying like 39 or 37.
39 or 37. Do you know how many teams were there last year?
I don't know, but. Last
year we had 36 teams, and last year is not even on this list. This is obviously not the top 4 ETCs, but But the last year was very crowded, and he's saying that the Prague might have been only 37, so it's very close. Maybe Novi Sad was even bigger. Maybe Gorzów was, because
No.
Athens we can definitely say that it was not. Athens were just after the crash, and I think we had under 30 teams. I think we had 28 teams at the Athens ETC. Someone in chat can correct me if I'm wrong.
You know what?
You should full screen again and stop talking to like.
Okay. Well, he stopped answering me. But I think I will. Yes, I used it for a reason, and I will go with the Prague. Let's see if it's a
100%
fail or
100% sure.
no. I'm not, but I have to pick something.
Okay, so final answer.
Oh!
Maybe Novi Sad.
Prague.
The letter C looks better than letter A.
It will be. Come on.
Okay, final
Click
answer.
it. Yes.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't Prague. It was 38 teams, as far as I know, and as far as T3 tells me. So the Athens were pretty terrible, and Gorzów was very long time ago, so not that many teams were represented there. I hope we can beat the 38 this year, but I don't think so. Maybe if Singapore joins in, then this would be nice.
What a relief. Now we fight for million. Yeah. And thanks, like, I always knew you were a good friend.
He saved your ass here because you were thinking of Novi Sad, because
Yes.
we are going to Novi Sad now. You are going to Novi Sad now, and it seemed like an obvious answer, right?
Yes, because I heard really kind and
yeah, I've
great
also
words about-
heard that the ATCs at Novi Sad are great.
yes.
Okay, so let's wrap it up at the question 10.
Oh yeah,
No help here, you are left alone.
I'm on my own. Okay.
Yeah. So we actually had quite a few good scorers at the Polish team, and the question is about how much did the best one score?
Wow. That this is really hard for me, considering that I'm a new player, and I guess it was like a guy who I never met, because I know there were a lot of great players like.
You could have met him, but not very likely that you would recognize him, or maybe you didn't even meet him.
Maybe
I
it
don't
was
know.
like mode or something. I don't know.
Maybe, I have no idea.
Maybe.
I can tell you that the record for the ETC itself is 119, and it was made by Daniel De Giorgio a few years ago, and he was playing for Team Malta, and he was playing using double hex rates, I think.
Nice.
Chris can probably correct me because he was probably following the vampire list back then, right?
Okay, this is like a no-brainer question. I just have to shoot. As far as I know, we were always really good at ETCs, and if you say it was like 119, right?
119 for the top guy ever, yes.
So I would guess between 115 and 117. But so far,
3 times 10 hex rates. Where 3 times 10 hex rates are out? Oh, come on. And the flying Strigoi Lord. Wow. Those builds. Good that now we have a limit on this. Okay.
You know, I really trust in Polish players,
Quick
and
guess.
I go for C.
117.
But I think it's A, but I'm going for C.
Okay. Final answer? Are you
Yes.
100% sure?
No.
Okay.
Come on.
You're so close. Fortunately, we got to see all the questions. So this was the last one. You can enjoy
Also-
your 500,000 Venezuelan dollars or Zimbabwe dollars. Which one do you want? And basically, so this 112 guy was Maryś. He's a guy from Wrocław, so from my hometown, and he was playing ogres.
Ooh.
And it was, I'm not sure. I'm inclined to guess that it was in Novi Sad, but maybe not. I think it was like 2014. He was from Gamblers, and he stopped playing when the 9th age came.
Yeah, I heard about him, but it's true that I never met him, and I even never had chance. But it's a surprise. I thought we were better than that, than 112. I thought that
Marek tells me that it was actually in Gorzów, and he played 2 times 5 Monfangs. I mean Maryś, with this ogres when he scored the 112. So
that sounds really abstract.
You have a record to beat this year, right? Ogres, kind of the same. Only the 2 times 5 Monfangs don't really.
I think that I won't go with double Mornfang because I think they suck at current state.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. They always look
but
nice.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's actually pretty impossible to beat this scores with current state, because the matchups are much more even, and it's if your opponent doesn't want to allow you to score a 20, then it's very hard to score a 20. Like, you have to have an opponent that wants to cooperate with you, and he wants to win. If your opponent just plays defensively and plays a good defensive game, then there is practically no way to score a 20.
Yeah, and as far as I know, the battles on ETC are really safe usually and defensive, so considering that it's even harder.
It really depends, but yeah, you are generally right that there are always some coaches that are running around and telling you, or they are at least trying, and you don't want to risk it because you are representing your country, so there is that. Additionally, do you know how much points did you need in the 8th edition for the 20-0?
Double enemy? I don't know.
How much? Because now you need to score 3,150, 51, and you need to get the scenario, right, to get a 20.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, we were actually playing at the half of the points, so we were playing. They were playing. I wasn't playing the 8th edition match for 2,400, and you only needed 1,200 for a 20-0. So you only needed half, and you didn't need a scenario. So it's a big difference. It's like now you would need only 2,200 and no scenario, so you don't need to care about that, and you don't need to bring shitty scoring units and such. So you can just bring a very skewed list.
Yes, but I'm not sure if I like it. I really like the whole scenario mechanic, and when I hear like stories about what was happening in the 8th edition, I'm really glad that I started playing
at 9th. Yeah.
At times of 9th age.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that this is a good addition. The scenarios and a bit stretched boxes for points, really nice for me. Okay, guys, it's like 1.5 hours now, and I guess we have to wrap it up. I think we'll try to do that more, things like this, but making this quiz takes a lot of time because I have to set it up manually in PowerPoint. Fortunately, I found some pretty nice presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And I guess see you next time. Thank you, Mateusz, very much for coming.
Thank you, Konrad. Thank you, guys. Yes, it was a pleasure. Sorry for some.
Fortunately, you did not win, so now we can count for new people to have some goal to achieve, to have this 1 million to get.
Exactly. I did it on purpose so the other guys can try to beat me. So write in the comments who wants you to see next on the show, right?
Yeah, we have 7 more people from the team. I don't know if we'll manage to bring all of them, but I guess we can try. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.
See you guys.